All right, Cliff, what I'd like to do right now is, and this could save us a lot of time, I'd like to spend about 5 or 6 minutes out at your car before we go check out the car you came in to see. All right, and I'd like you to go with me too, please.
Why do we have to go out there?
Okay, good question. Later on, we're going to give you a bid on your car. All right, the appraisers will take a look at it later on, and they're really good at figuring out what's wrong with the car because they have to be. I mean, they're buying the risk. However, I've discovered that my customers can help me weave a terrific story about all the good things about the vehicle, and furthermore, there may be some coverages that you purchased the last time you bought it that are still in effect that can make your vehicle worth more. There may be some coverages that by law, instead of the state of Pennsylvania, you're due a refund, and I can figure all that out at your car. So we can make it worth as much as we can possibly make it worth, and it takes about 5 or 6 minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah, definitely.
Why wouldn't you go? It's all about him. It's all about making his vehicle worth more. It's all about helping him find some hidden cash in the form of gap that can be canceled, or tire and wheel that can be canceled, or a service contract. And I always want to know if the customer's, got a service contract on the vehicle. Even if he doesn't have the paperwork from the previous purchase, I'm going to say, hey, Cliff, let me ask you a question. Do you have the service contract in your glove compartment? Tell me you didn't buy one.
No, I didn't buy one.
Okay, Cliff, that's too bad. And let me tell you what I mean. If you had a service contract, 2 things happen, both good for you. Number one, when they take a look at it later on, all right, and they find a mechanical issue, chances are the service contract would have fixed that at no cost to you, or whatever the small deductible was, making your car worth more. And if your car's perfect like we hope it is, you'd have been due a refund. It's something you really ought to consider with your next vehicle. Now, what have I just done right there?
Made him want to buy a vehicle.
Well, I've certainly,
You set him up to buy a extended warranty, basically, so you set the finance office up.
I certainly did that. Look, buying a service contract, whether you get paid on it or not, is good for you, because if the customer has their vehicle serviced here, and if they have a service contract, they're more likely to have it serviced here. They're 17 times more likely to come back and buy their next vehicle. It's part of customer retention. And I can tell you that out of the 150 or 200,000 salespeople that I've met, I probably don't need all of my fingers or even half fingers to count the number of 50 car plus a month salespeople that I've met. But without fail, every one of them, and I have met them, every one of them got that way, not by being nifty closers or catching more ups than anybody else. They all got that way by focusing on customer retention. One of the dangers in our business is we live in a 30-day world. I mean, nobody gives a shit what happened in February, right? It's now March. Come April 1st, what's it all about? April, okay? So there's a tendency on most salespeople's part to sort of forget about their customers that they sold in the previous month. The people that sell the most cars in this business make the most money. So I said, wow. They said, yeah, he made $459,000. So I went over. He was in the used car building. So I went over to when I find a guy like that, I want to find out what they do. I could never sell 50 cars a month, and I meet very few people that do. And this guy, I said, what's the secret? He goes, because I just make sure that when I sell somebody a vehicle, they understand that never to buy a vehicle from anybody else, nor is anyone their immediate or extended families or anyone they know. I said, okay, well, that's cool, but how do you do that? He said, I stay in touch with everybody once a month. I went, that's impossible. He goes, let me explain. He goes, I'll make 25 or 30 phone calls a day. He goes, I get voicemail 80, 90% of the time. All I do is say, hey, Cliff, this is Tom. Nothing's up. Don't need anything from you. Want to make sure that you didn't need anything from me. And don't forget, I'm Tom. I'm your car salesman. That's all he does. He sends emails the same way.
Yep.
I mean, it's not magic. But a service contract helps. And quite frankly, if the customer's got a service contract and you point it out and they end up having something fixed that makes their car worth more, or they get money back, where do you go in their eyes?
To the top.
You go to the top. You're not like any other son of a gun. Yeah. But anyway, the early trade walk is a great way to build rapport, a great way to help them pick out a better car, a great way to come up with options in case they don't like what they came in to see, a great way to show them. I mean, how many salespeople out there appear to be helping the customer get more for their trade? And that's what you're doing, but at the same time, you're devaluing the trade, and you're never saying a bad word about it. I mean, look, if I'm trying to get you to like me and I trash your car, is that doing me any good? No, but that's what we learned to do. I'm in the silent walk around. Ooh, ooh, ah, oh, ooh, ooh. Anyone die in this one here? Shit. I mean, again, it was cool in 82, 83. Keep touching, do the same stuff you're doing. Just talk to the customers. Hey, everybody's got them, man.
We don't do it very often because, again, of how we do our process here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I brought this up in front of all your managers and Mark, and they all said, yeah, I mean, that makes more sense. And think about this. So we go out to your car. We have our conversation. I learn a little bit about you. I learn about the equipment that you use, don't use, that you want on your next vehicle. I also get your mileage and your VIN so I can take it to my manager.